Why do you suck at pull-ups? Well, I'm going to be showing you 4 reasons why you are, and I'm going to give you the solutions for them. The first one is training frequency. How often do you train pull-ups? Volume is the name of the game here. The more you do them, the better you are. I often see people who complain to me and say, Pat, I'm really bad at pull-ups. And then I ask them, bro, how often do you train pull-ups? Maybe once or twice a week. Once or twice a week, that's all. I'm thinking 3 to 4. The more you do, the better. And you don't even have to max out every single session. Let's say your max is 5 pull-ups. You could do literally 2 pull-ups for 3 sets for 3 to 4 sessions a week. And that is as simple as that. That's one way to increase your pull-ups. You can even use resistance bands with that. Okay, so volume is key. If you're training your pull-ups once or twice a week, don't expect much results, because there'll be other guys out there who are training much more harder than you and they're making more progress. And you know why? That's because of volume. So don't neglect volume. And if you're doing this kind of push-pull legs split, consider doing upper lower body split, so that way you can add more volume in. Perhaps doing upper legs and then repeat this. All right, so volume is key. The next one is not doing the correct pull-up progressions. One could be using resistance band. This is one of the greatest pull-up progressions for all levels. Even if you're like a 100-kilo person who've never done any pull-ups before, doing banded pull-ups is going to be great, because you're going to be picking a resistance band with a size that is thick enough to allow you to be able to do 4 reps in a single set. So if you're a complete novice, think about using a thicker resistance band. Pick one that you can, do proper reps in, and stick to that for 4 weeks. And we go for 4 rep ranges, so that way we can really overload them in the long run. 4 reps is good enough of a volume for us to be able to develop and increase the strength and endurance of our upper body pulling muscles. So primarily your lats, your biceps, your rear shoulders, a little bit of your rhomboids, all that good stuff. So that's why it's important to use the right progressions, and one of them is banded pull-ups. Moving on to the third reason is that you have weak scapular strength. Think about it, when you're doing a pull-up, so I often hear people doing pull-ups and they feel it more in their arms than their back. And that's because they're engaging the wrong muscles. When doing pull-ups, a lot of the initiation of the pull comes from the scapula, so the shoulder blades. Think about doing scapular retraction. So if you were to look here, I'm pulling my shoulder blades down and back to squeeze the shoulder blades, and then I'm going to drive my elbows down into the ground. That initiation phase is where people have weakness in. So that's why they're trying to rely a lot on their biceps. And if their biceps are too weak, they're not going to be able to pull. So the first is to work on your scapulars, and we're going to be doing 2 drills for this. The first one is the active hang. So you're going to grip onto the bar at about shoulders width apart with our thumbs wrapped under and around the bar, keeping the arms locked out, no arm bending, feet together, knees together, and feet together. This is very important. We're going to pull the shoulder blades back. So imagine there's an apple in between your back. You're going to crush the apple by pulling your shoulder blades down and back together, and we're going to hold this position. So literally I'm driving my shoulder blades down, and I'm going to hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds for 3 sets. This is a great warm-up exercise for your scapulars, and it's going to warm us for the next progression, which is scapular pull-ups. So we're adding dynamic element into this. Same principle applies. Start in a dead hang, hands about shoulders width apart, thumbs wrapped under and around the bar. We're going to do a scapular pull up by pulling the shoulder blades down and back whilst keeping our feet together, core tight, knees together, and then we're going to return back to the normal hanging position. So we're going to let the shoulder blades roll back up as we extend our arms, whilst keeping the arms locked out, by the way. All initiation is being pulled from your shoulder blades. And then we're just going to repeat this sequence. So pull your shoulder blades down and back, hold for a second, and then come back up. Repeat, down and back, and hold. Don't rush it. I'd like you to pause at the top for 1.5 seconds if you can, because that way you're going to improve your mind and muscle connection when it comes to scapular pull-ups. The next best progression is negative pull-ups. I'll leave this last because not many people can do them right from the start, so that's why I'd like you to focus on the first 3 to build the strength, and then we'll be able to do negative pull-ups with more control. But if I were to rate any exercises for the pull-ups, negative pull-ups has got to be the best one. So the setup is pretty simple. You're going to find yourself a low bar, low enough where you can jump up so that your chin will clear the bar. So if you're using a high bar, you can perhaps place a plyometric box in front of you to step on, or even a bench, step on, so that way you can jump up and bring your chin over the bar easily. So we're going to grip onto the bar at about shoulders width apart with our thumbs wrapped under and around the bar. We're going to have our elbows close to our torso as well, so that way we can use the biceps. We're going to jump up, chin clears the bar, and we're going to slowly lower down by letting our arms elevate, locking the arms out fully at the top, and then we're going to repeat. So try to come down at a count of 3 seconds. If not, that's completely fine. If you're new to this, you may just drop with no control, but give it time. You'll be slowly building up the strength and endurance for your negative pull-ups. So do this between 3 to 4 reps for 3 sets. To string this all together, it's all about the training frequency. How often do you do it? 3 times a week is a great base to start with. 2 is obviously to use banded pull-ups. It's a great progression for anyone who's looking to unlock their first pull-up and get better at pull-ups. 3 is obviously scapular retraction strength, how strong your scapulars are. And 4 is obviously doing negative. So by working on the eccentric, the negatives are going to build up the strength towards the positive phase. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you do find it useful. If you do, give us a like, it would be highly appreciated. And if you'd like to join a community of like-minded people who are inspired by calisthenics and want to take their calisthenics training to the next level, I've created a free school community where it involves 3 training programs, each 12-week long, for all levels. From someone who cannot yet do a pull-up, dip or push-ups, to someone who can do a few, and someone who can do even a lot more. So I'll leave the link for you to sign up and join and have access to the app, all for free, down in the bio below. Be quick though, because it's going to run out of time and I'm going to be closing the doors off very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video.